Start with WIX today. So WIX, actually this time it didn't rise as high as April. May, we actually went to 35, 34. Now we see this weekly candle, this is Brownian formation, a little bit overshoot and then big shooter candle, right? So if we look at daily, daily is here. So I'm thinking it may next week end up somewhere 20, 26, 25, and then come back down. And so if it goes below 20, then that's daily breakdowns, right? So the next target will be 15. So Monday morning, the service PMI is going to be very important. It could literally change the course. So we're going to start with QQQ. You see my chart, like how many lines, but when I trade, I put on 30 minutes, so you don't really see a lot of it. Doesn't, at least doesn't impact me, okay? So let's start from monthly. What happened? So monthly, early July, I called out, say there's going to be a sector rotation, and then money will flow out of big tech. Every time we had a big pullbacks, it always start with tech dropping. So when it dropped below this June 50% the June candle, why? Because this June candle is July is the two up and coming down, right? So the 50% strike rule apply. And then we're saying, okay, it could go to 440, 890. So last Wednesday, when it rallied so big, it changed the wave structures. That's why the Thursday, Friday drop caught us off guard because we thought it's going to be a small pullback, make a W bottom before going higher. But anyways, so now actually went below that June low. Now the week low is 44. So what I have in mind is somewhere 438, 441. And why is that? Let's look at the volume profile. So 438.3 is the POC. And so it dropped here. There's a little cluster, one little cluster here. Stop. So if there is a slight low, I'm thinking 442. I don't think it's gonna go 438, probably 442 ish. Somewhere extreme would be 438. So that's my QQQ. However, if Monday service PMI is good, and if you pay attention, what is mainstream media start to say? Hey, the Fed is going to have an emergency meeting. We're going to push September 50-point drop, rate cut. Of course, we don't know for sure, but it's the theme, right? Like what is the topic, the focus of the topic. So they use a recession as excuse to push it down. Now, so it's almost weekly wave 4, and we just really revisit the breakout area, slightly lower than the breakout area. So the breakout area really should be 450, week low 444.39, week high 475.50. So if we open slightly lower, going back up, 460 is the July, not July, last week, July, last week 50%. So if it goes above 460, we can say with high probability, it could go back up to 475. But anyway, so clearly on the weekly, 1, 2, 3, 4, what's next? 5. So this is my target. So are we going to August rally to here? Or we are going to consolidate? So if you look at this 30 EMA, every time it touches the extreme situation drop, either touch it or peer through, that's the mark the bottom. So we'll see whether this time it's the same. So it could consolidate here, waiting for this moving areas coming up, or Hall is coming down, 13 EMA come down, and then moving up together. So that's what I'm thinking. This reminds me the Bitcoin, where it started from. So for weeks, I was saying it's going to consolidate and flush down to 58,000 and then popped, right? So on daily, day high, day low 44439, high 53, 453.56. So if we have a slightly lower open on Monday morning, if we can go about 449, so we could easily get this gap fill, and that probably marked the bottom, in my opinion. And look at the ES dropped over 6%. So this area we've been watching the whole time, entire time. And so I spent time to reflect what we could have done better. That's just simply backtesting, right? Like you should do the same. What we could have done better next round when we have this kind of drop, how we do. So lesson for me in the last few drops from my observation, we should use ES as a gauge. So this round is really challenging for me. It's really challenging for me because ES and Q clearly wasn't on the same pace until towards the end of the week before last week, like last week of July. So anyway, now it had dropped over 6%, and 53.10, it's really where I'm eyeing. So if we could go down to that level, let's say, why is that? Then I think that would be marking the bottom. So anyway, so we are here. This is really the W, the May, like W low, higher low, W where the impulse hold up momentum move where it starts. We could turn back here, but extreme situation, we could also test this area too. So the last stand. So anyway, I went through all the sectors during my planning today. The only sector I see that is good is the XLB. Let me see on in the swing channel. And I did give a couple more like different sectors, like the defensive sectors, not defense sector, like defensive, like MMM. If you come back to wave 4 down, we are going to, we could take a position. Our PG of already APD, NEE, it all finished wave 5 target. So if you have diversified portfolio, you do have some green last week. And So XLB is the only sector that is wave 5 up. And in this sector, we had APD. I don't have anymore. I exited. FCX, I still see has a slightly low to go, like anywhere 38 to 40-ish. We can start adding it. So other than that, I'm not seeing other tickers that I'm interested. J&J. So if you wanna, but it's hourly wave 5 up, so we can do option call, but it's only $2. So I'm not too crazy about $2 move. Other tickers I don't really see, but ANET in this way it coming back to demand zone again, even though it didn't hit. It did not hit daily wave 5. So if you're interested in ANET, you could still give a try because upside is pretty high. ITA is like we have so many awards going on, so I give 2 levels to watch for reversal up if you're interested, because NOC, Lockheed Martin, they have also hit our wave 5 upside target. So it blew my target actually. See the white one, and then LMT is also blew the target. If you didn't do it, could wait until wave 4 come down to 480 area. It will come. HWM also is another ticker that we could. So let's see HW on the daily. So I'll be watching anywhere below 85. Basically just the gap fill. I'll watch for this breakout area, but ideally it's some anywhere below 83, 80. We can start to watch and then take a position. Those are really just like portfolio diversification. Okay, so SPY, it also just went to the like breakout area, nothing more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let me see what the target is. 473. 473. Okay. So this is 2 hours and 4 hours. That's why I'm thinking. And this 4-hour value area high. So it's not surprised to stop here. And because 4 hour, 2 hours, pretty short period of time. So I'm thinking really between August, September, like in election year, if you have May, April drop, August usually bullish. So in that case, I am thinking at the rally to make all-time high first and then drop. But we'll take what we get. So if ES coming to major resistance, let's say 5,600, like for ES with a 55 for 555, just say we can take some profit here. And then all-time high, like 565, and then 570, you leave 30 or 40% position. So let's look at all the mega tickers. Amazon dropped down to my first buying level, and it's also from last October low, it dropped 50%. That's pretty significant. From 200 to 160, that's about what? A 25% drop. That's literally bear market for Amazon, right? And earning, it wasn't that bad. It's just the AWS didn't give as much. So basically, without recut, they have to readjust their value. And now I have given all the tickers in the planning channel. I do have position. I bought in shares in my really long-term portfolio. So 178, 190 area, if you bought it, is a big hammer with a big buying volume. This is pretty significant buying volume. So every time we had buying volume like this, what happened? It went back up, right? So if you took a position here Friday, and you can unload at its resistance level because clearly it's downtrend. It take out so many pivot lows, which meaning it's not going to go back all-time high before the next dropping cycle. So if you enter here, you get out 178, 190. That's very good profit already. So let's be humble. And NVIDIA, we've been watching. I've been eyeing this 96, but it's never really come down to that level. So 100, 101 is the lowest. So the three buying levels, two touched. On daily, it's still 147. I saw some negative news about it, saying the game delay. I have seen people start saying it's a fake news. So I'll keep an eye on that. But either way, Friday is solid green. It's a solid green body. So clearly everybody wants NVIDIA. Who doesn't want NVIDIA? I wanted NVIDIA. So if you look at 60 minutes, you have a gap down, and then huge buying volume. Clearly, everybody's waiting for this to go. So last time we dropped here, and within 2 days, next day, 20% gain. On 60 minutes, clearly it's gonna go, right? MACD is about to cross over. How moving area is about tilted up, green. And if you load heavy, and then you don't want to hold that long, 120 offload some, offload 50%. I mean, if you get NVIDIA at this price, I would say just hold it. Literally speaking, to 147. So that's what I'm planning to do. I'm not planning to offload any, but if it come down to 96, I will load again. That's my plan. Microsoft earning is really good, but anyway, it's April low retreats back to 78.6%, and it almost equal low, almost made a lower low. So it's really a good price to put in your long-term portfolio. Like I have a long-term portfolio, M1 Finance. I barely look at it. I don't even look at it. Just every 2 weeks, $4,000. Every 2 weeks, $4,000, and just buy. And so I'm just gonna slightly adjust my plan for myself. And if you want to follow, it's fine. So every day, if I'm doing day trading, let's say I'm making $500. I immediately transfer that $500 to my biweekly deposit account. And so every day I'm doing day trading, and then the profit goes there immediately. That's one way also to control your risk, because as your account going higher, your position size getting bigger, your risk tolerance going higher too. And that's when you feel like your strategy has been working. So you start to relax, and then you have one bad position. For example, SOXL, your account is down pretty big, right? So let's look at SOXL. I have big SOXL position. I didn't add SOXL until here, but I'm still trapped. SOXL, you're looking at the annual. You're looking at the annual. SOXL give, see here, where my cursor, 32.66. It was last year high. We are below it. We give the whole gain, 60% gain back in 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks. So my plan for this ticker is, okay, in 2000, when this SOXL at this stage, I had 25,000 shares. 25,000 shares. Can you imagine you load up 25,000 shares, $15 and go to 50? That's how you make your money. There's nothing to panic. Okay, so for me, I'm not panicking. Okay, my position red. Yes, it is red, very red. And then we also talk about if we know market is gonna drop, how we hedge. We buy SOXS, right? To hedge. Anyway, I sent the hedging material. I hope you guys reviewed it. Every now and then I go back to my own material to review and see, hey, what I could have done better, right? So let's look at FNGU. Is another ticker we have. So FNGU, when it went to this place, 472, see our first entry 432. We should have exited the whole position. Because from here, here, we were in big green. I exited 1/3 position. We should have exited the whole position. I did exit the whole QQQ call position in my retirement account, but I didn't exit in my personal trading account. I did have a hedge on. I'm very conservative in my retirement account. I'm extremely conservative in my retirement account. In my trading account, I'm much more relaxed because I know I do not want lose my retirement money. So anyway, so it dropped to my third buying level, and let's continue. I'm not worried about this ticker at all. Let's continue. Amazon big buying, Nvidia big buying. Who has big buying? Let's look at Microsoft like daily. You don't see buying volume yet. But here, you have red with volume capitulation. So let's see whether it go. Google, I was watching it the whole time. Every time like QQ has a little bit rally, you can see, I'm pretty sure next week, early next week, has small drop, 162. So 162, I'm gonna add that. Huge volume. Every time NQ has a little bit to the upside, and then it can't wait to go. So if Monday next week start rally and you want to do some short DTE calls, this is your choice. And who else? Apple. Oh, what happened to Apple? So the whole day, Friday, it can't wait. Let me see, is it right? No, it's not right. Okay, so whole day, Friday, it's trying to run. So next week, if you want to do some short DTE, you don't want to buy shares because we have a lot of FNGU, and you want to short DTE calls, Apple, Google, Amazon will be our choices, and Nvidia, right? And so let's look at Netflix. Let's see daily. I gave the first buying level at 620. It was here or for earning play, and it went to 646. And now it's really just base rally, like a slightly lower than the breakout area. So this is a good place to have some share. I have target for Netflix last time is pretty high. And the second level, third level to add if you want to. But if you don't want to, I'm not planning to add it. Tesla. Tesla a little bit turning a little bit bearish, but it's still above the breakout area. I do think it's gonna hit this area. And then trend line horizontal support, like 204, slightly lower, and then the large time frame targeted 280 to 300. So if you want to pick up some shares or TSLL, whatever you guys want to do, here is a good place to do that. I don't see any buying. I didn't see any buying on Friday. The last 2 days solid sell. So if you want to tip your toe, like buy small amount share or do bull call spread, it's fine. Long term, but for short term, I don't recommend to do short term DTE, short DTE calls. And so Meta, that was last time earning drop here. This is where our entry is, and really just revisited there before taking off. I didn't hold. I got out. I got out right before the earning. I bought shares here, got out before earning. I did short this. I did bear put spread. So anyway, you could, I think if market going, this thing gonna go too. And so that's Meta. Let's look at this again. I want to see the volume last day. I don't see a lot of volume at the closing, but here clearly there is a volume going in, and I'll keep on watch. So if market going, the mega ticker gonna go. So mega ticker is gonna go. My plan is if it goes to this gap fill area, I'm gonna exit 50%, and then leave the rest to 560 some, and then so leave 30% to the all-time high. And if SOXL continue drop, I really want to be single digit, believe or not. If SOXL go to single digit, I would load 30,000, 50,000 shares, to be honest. That's my plan. And then I'm going to hold it back to all-time high, and then I'm going to retire earlier. So that's my plan. Let's see, gold. Gold, we said the dollar, this is the dollar resistance I drew, and it hit it and then come back down, made a lower high. So I do think it may have found support. And let's see how it goes. And then gold, the hourly wave 5 had made. So this is a wave 5 here, and then 1, 2, now it's 3 down. I do expect gold to go a lot lower. So if dollar started going back up, gold is gonna go back down. So let's see, this is 4 hour, 1, 2, let's look at hourly. 1, 2, I wanna say 3 would be somewhere here, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Oh, but wave 5 probably 220, 220-ish. And if we want to do gold again, see daily is 1, 2, 1, 2. So for sure, the lowest, it could at least drop to 113, even possible to 205, or this little little cluster here, 208. So we'll wait until this is done, and then we see whether we want to go long. Okay. What is the Dong? How you like? What did you say? Okay, so Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I gave 2 levels. You don't see it here because, oh, you could see. What am I talking about? I didn't give the, so it's here. It hit this and then it's going back up. So next week, hey, if I retire early, then I can, Friday I had a huge headache and I was so mad at myself. You know why I'm so mad at myself? I had 400,000 worth of NDX and SPX puts. If I have held to Friday, I am at least $2-3 million richer. And the more I thought of that, the more I was like, literally said, I need to take painkiller, go to bed. So I had to take a painkiller, went to bed. I was so mad. I was really mad at myself. But hey, look, it's position size, right? So the Friday, the Wednesday huge rally, 1,000-point huge rally, it's really hard to hold a big bear position like that. So if I have held just 2, then I will like, yeah, okay, made so much money already, so it's not a big deal. So speaking of puts, I'm thinking if QQQ hit 516 before election, what do? We load up puts. We did load some puts, but our position size was too small. Your position size, maybe. I didn't share my huge position size. As I said, my SPX put was taking a big hit. I did do hedge, like sell put, and then but I acted too soon too. I see. I think I acted at the first wave down. I think I acted at, I want to say somewhere here, and only made a small amount of money. If I held Friday 6 contract, $65,000 worth, I would have at least make 100,000, I would say. So I'm pretty mad. I'm pretty mad at myself. Okay. So speaking of QQQ call, look, however, this thing, you see how crazy Wednesday went up, right? Wednesday was up. How many points? 30 points, 20 points. Can we have 2 days back in back like that? Absolutely. So if you just want to break even, okay, set acted out or break even. I think you'll be totally fine. But if you want to add a little, or you can do, sometime I make my position become back ratio. Back ratio, what is back ratio? So at here, I don't want to add resistance, I'll add cover call, and I'll add half the position size. So if I had 20 QQ calls, I would just sell 10 in case I'm wrong. So I was really expecting something like an NQ19. I was expecting 19,200, right? Like literally this what I was expecting. I was thinking if we have retracement, but it dropped 1,400 points in 2 days. That's ridiculous, crazy. So if the drop is so crazy, going up could also be crazy. So now you have resistance, right? Major resistance like 1900, then 19200, And if it goes above 19,700, you want to exit your call break even, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong. Because with election year, market could go crazy. So usually if May, April has a big drop, August, September is bullish. But we cannot take seasonality as granted. So we'll just day by day see. And so if, for example, NQ rally back to 19,500 and you're slightly red, I think if we have good news, we could. Anything is possible. Like one day can rally 1,000 points. That's less than 1,000. So stay positive. Your mindset is very important too. If you start panic, then you're gonna make mistakes. So that's why. Did you see what I did in the planning channel? What would I do? Something happened. Because you always, back in your mind, you always have to plan for the worst. What happens if the worst case scenario happens? So when I planned this drop in early July, I gave 3 levels. And the worst case scenario happened. And if you look at it, QQQ, you wouldn't believe what's happening. On monthly, it printed wave 4, right? So SMCI, what was my downside target? It hit my downside target. I gave the downside target when it was at least $1,000 here. I gave my downside target. It hit on Friday. So clearly this if price went up, would be accumulation, right? So clearly this is the distribution stage. So money got in here, they gradually distribute it. Now it's 1, 2, 3. We're gonna have 4. 4 probably gonna go here and then drop. But it's earnings coming, so anything can happen on earnings. So I don't have any position on this one right now. But let's look at the weekly, monthly. Monthly is gonna wave 4, wave 5 is gonna be 1,400. So if you want, just dip your toe into it and accumulate share, or you can do it on the wave 5 down. So if weekly like this, I would assume see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is wave 5 down. So weekly have wave 4 up, which meaning tell me the earnings gonna be good, I think. I don't have position and I'm not planning to bet on it. But monthly, so when the weekly drop finishes, you can load up leap calls or shares. And you know, that's more than 100% gain. That's pretty good, right? And then we have other tickers that you can still play. Wing, right? Wing still daily wave 5 hasn't really finished yet. But I'm not planning to do it this time. All my focus on so wave 4, wave 5 target is pretty far away too. That's like almost $100 rally. So if you want to add in some wings, it's fine too. So ANET is ticker we love very much. It didn't really finish. Look, and the upside target is pretty far too. So 320 to 390. $70. That almost 20%. That's pretty good. Lily, I have one. Lily, wave structure changed. So wave structure changed. So when I got out the September call, I have one earning play. I don't have very good feeling about this earning play, so I might just exit on Monday. I use the profit to do the call, so it's pretty cheap, only $6 something. I can still exit. Okay, so yield. We start to accumulate yield TMF at this area, so it's continue weekly clean breakout. But in my opinion, I think it's too late if you didn't have shares before. This is too overbought. I wouldn't recommend to buy from here. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, if you turn up from here, MicroStrategy, let me see, daily. Let me look at the monthly chart. Monthly, weekly, what's happening? Large picture provide a lot of information. Okay, so it's inside month. I like to see my chart like totally clean. Okay, so it's inside month. Let's look at weekly. Weekly is clearly like bearish engulfing. So your first support is somewhere near, I think by the amount of Bitcoin drop, I think on Monday open probably going below this level. We'll see because earnings is not that great. And it hit my first target. It didn't quite hit the second target. Let me see the wave structure. Daily. Daily already made wave 5. So this is one, gonna have 2, 3, 4, 5. This thing is downhill, so I wouldn't recommend you touch it unless you want to short it. Like if you want to short it, going back up 2 and then short is fine. But BTC daily didn't finish this yet. So MicroStrategy is not Bitcoin, but it's follow Bitcoin. So you still have to, so hourly is bearish. It's going to exactly where it went. The value area low. Now it's climbing back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 5 is going to go to 58,000 Bitcoin. So if you want to go long on coin, 58,000 and then go to coin long. So it would be the second level. Where is my Bitcoin BTC here? So I think it's gonna go down to this level. Let's not jump in the train right away. Okay, First Solar. Let me see. Affirm. I exited Affirm. And the reason why I exited, I want the cash for my other tickers. Let's look at a naked chart. So weekly still it just retests this breakout area. So you still have uptrend, low, higher low, higher low, high, higher high, higher high. So weekly trend is not broken. So you can't really, if you didn't short now, you cannot short here. Larger time frame still going up. Once it start cutting rate, it's very rate sensitive. So it need to cut rate. And the next topic for the banking would be, hey, September is gonna cut 50 points. No one knows it's going to cut or not. It's probably gonna cut a quarter, I would say. So Bitcoin usually it tests on weekly, tested 30 EMA as a support. So it could, but as the amount Bitcoin dropping over the weekend, this should be below already. So I think by the open, I think it's really below 200, I think on Monday. So I would avoid it, but if you want to accumulate some, it's fine. I have a like bi-weekly deposit, small amount, give it very small percentage, like 3% every 2 weeks. And I did actually the whole position I hear. So if I'm probably start from Monday, start to give a little bit 3% every 2 weeks again. Okay, Snow. Snow, I don't have any position. I totally exited because I'm very heavy in NVIDIA, in AMD. I have AVGO too and SOXL. So and my biweekly deposit account has SOXX. So now let's go to monthly, weekly. Monthly went back all the way to the down. And MACD is about crossover. So if you didn't cut loss and you didn't hedge, I wouldn't even recommend you hedge at this point. Too late. So really, like if you do daily reversal, see that's the thing. How you use my planning channel, like 5,600. When ES was 5,600. Wednesday evenings, Thursday morning, I reiterated multiple times, right? On my planning channel, on Discord voice, it's gonna be a short day, shorting day on Thursday. With meaning you can short future, you can buy put on SPY, SPX, QQQ, and you can also hedge your position, right? So we talk about hedging multiple times in the recent weeks, days, because it's important. So TLT, I have this target. My initial target is 105, and then 108, 111. I think extreme situation, I have 130, and that's really depending on the amount of recut. There was one time, I don't remember when, last year, October-ish, I shared the calculation how I did it. I will reshare the calculation, like different recut, how much this thing could go up. So for now, the moderate move gives to 105. It just hold it because next year, if Trump is being elected, he really likes low rate. So we're probably gonna cut 3% next year. So this, you just keep accumulating and then just hold on to it, right? Okay, so that's all the topic I want to cover. Let me see what else. Affirm coin. First Solar. First Solar earnings solid, very solid earning. However, because the market is not doing well, right? Because if you look at RSP, QQEW, you look at all the sectors, there's 3 sectors green. We have positions all in all 3. We should be really proud of ourselves. So really just retest where the big explode move. And so every time extreme situations, usually on weekly retest the 13 EMA, but this time it's almost tested. And this is what's happening. It's gonna consolidate, moving sideways, and then move up, right? It's clearly uptrend, right? You have low, higher low, higher low, high, higher high. So the weekly trend is clearly uptrend. Okay, so net earning was really good. I don't have net position anymore, but weekly big volume buying. Weekly is about to take off, right? How moving areas going green, weekly hammer. So if the market going up, I see this thing can go at least to 90 minimum. But I still like this ticker a lot. My final target is still 130 some. But so AMD is another ticker. I have a heavy position. Weekly downtrend now, right? This drop make the weekly high, lower, low, lower, low, right? So I sold the cover call, sold cover call, sold cover call. And what I regret was Friday. I remember one of the students asked me that whether we should hedge. And I said, nah, because it's already so low. It was Thursday, I think. We should have hedged. I only sold cover call. I didn't buy puts, which we should have done. But at this point, Friday was green. So if market goes, this thing can go crazy. I'm not so worried about it. So I've been selling cover call. Like when I see things like this, I sell in the money call. Like if my average position like $160, I'll just sell 155. And okay, market is going down, it's not gonna call and then here I take off. So this move, my cover call made a good amount of money. And then next week it's gonna go back, like next a few weeks, coming back to this area. If it doesn't hit my entry price, I will sell the cover call minus all the cover call premium I collected. So let's say I collect $10 already. If my entry average price 156, I'll just sell 146 cover call. And then okay, call away. So what? I break even, right? And then I'll do bear put spread or long put. So I will call out if I do it. So I think I answered all the questions. And that's it. And so if you don't have a plan, my plan not necessarily is your plan. If you don't have a plan, you should think what you do, different scenarios, right? That's the planning. So weekend, right? Okay, all right, that's it. Well, good luck. Bye. See you on Monday morning.